good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. The name is MKND, and welcome to Let's Chat Podcast. And I have my brother over here with me.
Yeah, you can call me Jay, Justice, and I mean, of course, it's been in a group chat for a while.
Yeah,
I think we've been talking about this for like 2 years.
2 years.
Oh,
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I remember the last time we had a discussion. You were like, "Bro, let's do this."
Yeah, I mean,
procrastination is not a good thing.
it just had to happen.
Yeah,
because we spoke about it quite a lot. I mean, those guys wanted to call it the Watching Podcast.
The Watching Podcast. Those guys. But we can still have sessions where watching will be.
Well, of course.
Anything that concerns food, we are there.
Of course.
Anything concerning food.
And watch it here. It's one of the foods we eat in heaven.
You understand? And they go back. Yeah, there are some food you need to get in heaven. Watching, go back. All those foods. Not those cheese and them cheese.
So let's chat.
Let's chat. Basically, I think we're going to talk about everything concerning Diaspora. As immigrants, as ourselves, we want to delve deeper into the lives of immigrants here and how life is treating them and all that stuff, and how they are able to cope with life, jobs, relationships, and how they are able to take on their religious life into this setting.
I mean, coming in, depending on how you came in, can be a very big cultural shock.
You understand?
And for most of us coming from where we come from, it's always not sort of an automatic entry. So we have to sort of go through all shapes of life. And like I said, the social part is there, the health part is there, identity, even finding your own identity and all of that. So it's essential that we're able to discuss all of these things. And of course, spirituality and relationships. We can't talk about anything with our generation when we're talking about relationships. So of course, that's going to be one of the things that we'll be discussing on this podcast as well. So it's just generally life, anything, everything. Maybe from time to time, some economics will come in as well.
Exactly. Exactly. I remember somebody telling me that the relationship train is now messed up. That you won't find anybody perfect wherever you are. Whoever you find yourself, you try and deal with that person, try and deal with issues and be there. And people going through a whole lot of stuff here. I mean, you would have to come here to start life all over again. And how many people are willing to do that? But in this case, we as immigrants, I mean, specifically Africans, are willing to sell every penny of theirs just to move here, and they have to start from ground up.
And sometimes that's where all that shock comes in.
Exactly.
Because for some people, it's more like, back home I was this, I was that, and they can't believe that, all of a sudden I'm down here. And believe me, the system in the UK is set up that way that it would humble you, and then with time it will raise you through the
Imagine you being a big man.
You understand? Exactly.
Of course. You are that much of a big man.
I know someone who was leading the legal team of a very big organization up in Ghana and came here and he's cleaning. And for something like that, for someone like that, it may be a big shock because when you are in your home country, you are respected. You are the leader of a whole legal team of a big organization. And now you are cleaning offices and stuff. It can be a big shock. And so we are here to discuss all those things as much as possible, bringing in experts in every field that we discuss, bringing in people that are well versed, that will be able to provide more information, more detail, shed more light on the things that concerns we diasporans. And so, we are here for the long run. So
it's going to be a whole lot of journey. I am feeling for the journey. I am loving the journey so far because if we are able to discuss all these things and we are able to impact into the lives of people, because I've had situations where people are calling me or people are calling us, I would put it that way, wanting to do the life here and how they are going to be up, because they think when you get here, that idea, when you are here, everything is fine. Everything is sorted.
Well, it's not automatic.
Come on! That's what I think. People think when you are here, everything is working out for you.
No, not at all.
Like, you day abroad, so what's up?
I mean, that's the dream. That's the plan.
Yeah.
That, yes, of course, greener pastures.
Yeah.
But sometimes the grass is not always green on the other side, like we say. It may get green with time, but it is not as soon as possible as you get here.
Yeah.
So, that's.
And a question of greener pastures, I have always been, how do I put it, a preacher against moving abroad. Well, I have moved abroad, but the idea of coming to see greener pastures here, I feel like it's because we are from a particular country where things are not working.
Yeah, I mean, of course, that is the thing because it's contextual.
Yeah.
Because for someone that probably is back home in his or her country, living a good life, and regardless of the economic situation and whatever is going on, they can make ends meet, get their hands above water.
Yeah.
Some people own 2-3 cars.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to own a car.
I know a lot of people who are
so for someone
that
like
rich.
that, for someone like that, it's not. There's no burning desire. There's no nothing. There's no push factor. Yeah, there's no push factor from the country. So I mean, you are fine. I mean, at a point in my life, I had that sort of mentality that if I were to finish my degree, get a good paying job, for instance, that would give me a certain amount of money. I think I'm fine living in Ghana because, Charlie, let's be honest.
Be honest with yourself.
Our home country is sweet. That's
Bro!
Because that's the. Let's be honest. I mean, if not for the system there and all of that, let's be honest.
You don't have to wake up early in the morning to catch a
You
train
understand?
or pass.
You get it because on a Friday night you've closed from work, you are coming home, and right from the streets, from the road, you are getting the weekend vibe all through.
Everywhere is jamming.
You sleep, wake up at 10 a.m. I'm just watching it on the corner. You get Davy has some gobe at the other joint. Yeah, of course we can have those feelings at home, but the feeling is not the same when you eat gobe at home and when you eat it from Davy. You understand?
Yes.
So I think it's contextual.
Yeah.
Because if somebody has enough, makes ends meet, and are able to get their head above water, provide for their family, I don't think there's a person need to move.
Exactly.
But for a younger generation like us that sort of we want to achieve something for ourselves, the system somehow already limits us.
Yeah.
That if we are in it, it will be difficult to sort of achieve all those things if you don't get yourself maybe politically affiliated or if you don't cut corners.
You understand?
Yes. So
you need to know somebody to know
somebody that can grant you a favor. If not, for some of us like this, getting out of the country is a lifeline for you to achieve your dreams. And let's be honest.
You only think that when
for some of us, the things that we have been able to achieve, even though we are not there yet, in the space of about 3-4 years while we are here, if we were back home,
you wouldn't have achieved what you have.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense if you have to leave the home country to come all the way down here or all the way up here, however you want to put it. But the burden of wanting to leave your family. I remember one time I was having this conversation with this white lady, and it was like, "How do you feel when away from your family? Sometimes you are here 5 years, 6 years without seeing your mom, your dad, your siblings, even your friends. And how are you coping?" And all that that runs in your mind is because you have an agenda, you have a goal. You have to leave home because you want to feed home, or you have to leave home because some things are not working for you in your house. And you need to travel. You need to go outside there to figure out things. But the thing is, how are you coping without these family and friends around? Because I am very much spectacular about these things because these people families, even a day to even their job or their workplaces, they are much in a hurry wanting to go home to meet their family.
I was going to mention that because the family orientation in the West is different from the family orientation that we have back home. Let's be honest, let's face the facts. It's not all that bad, but it's just a handful of families that have that sort of family bond, get to share time together as a family, spend time. Growing up, it's sometimes not like that. It's not automatic.
It's not automatic.
You understand?
Exactly.
Because it's not automatic like that. Because here, regardless of whatever is happening, people make time for family.
Yeah.
Regardless of your level in life. You see, the system back home makes it in such a way that if you are not in a particular or at a particular level, you have to overwork. You have to constantly make sure that you are out there hustling to put food on the table for your family. The system here, whereas if you were, say, a laborer, for instance, or an electrician, or a construction worker, you earn enough.
You earn enough. That kind of jobs
you take care of your family, and so you work your normal shift patterns, you work your normal shift hours, and you can still make time and come home to your family. You understand? So, in as much as of course we miss family. We are not saying that we don't miss family. We do miss family. Charlie, it's not easy. To be honest, it's not easy. And for some of us that have our other halves back home, it's difficult. And I can share your pain. But I can't relate to it. But I can share it. You understand? So it's just that way. But sometimes it hits you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it really hits you because you can remember that some sort of time you spent with families and time you spent with some of your loved ones back home. I mean, my boys will call me and be like, Charlie, we've missed you. When are you coming down? And they know that it's always going to be a blast when we all get together like that. I mean, it's amazing.
There's that thing where
Yeah.
you would have that feeling of wanting to go back home, that feeling of wanting to feel your friends, your family,
Yeah.
and the issue about long distance relationships, how people coping with these
Yeah.
things, knowing pretty much what you don't know when you're going home.
Oh no, of course.
Yeah, sometimes where you have no idea when you are going home.
Yeah.
And you've built hopes upon on somebody's daughter or somebody's son.
Mhm.
And I'm going to come back home and marry you.
Yeah.
How long are they willing to wait? And how long are they going to wait?
Yeah.
If the person is not patient enough, trust me, look, long distance relationship is not.
Yeah.
See, in other lives, I don't know, this is a topic for debate where people are always on the idea of supporting long distance. People are also against long distance, but
For me, I think it's what works. To be fair.
yeah, if it works for
If it
you.
works for you, it works for you. Yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. If it,
Well, maybe people who are saying it works for them, they are not telling you the detail. They are not detailing it.
that's the thing.
The pain,
There's no one cup fits all situation when it comes to relationships and love and emotions and all of that. It is always context specific.
Exactly.
Because what I would do that I think works for me, I would give you the same formula. You might do it wouldn't work for you because you are not with the person I am with.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
And so for me, I always think it's what works for you. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited about what's coming.
Well, looking at what you've been discussing right now, looking about what you're talking about right
I'm really
now,
excited about what's coming.
I think it's going to be a jolly ride.
Yeah, just stay tuned with us.
Exactly.
We'll bring you a lot of wonderful, interesting discussions, and hopefully along the line, you can chip in with some things that you would want to hear us discuss. Of course, we will definitely look at those ones and bring you the best possible.
The best possible.
Anything
Anything that.
Yeah. So if you're a diaspora out there, you chance on this anywhere on the social media.
Sure.
We would like you to follow, share,
like,
and
comment
on it.
Subscribe.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, and
because there's a huge train coming.
Yeah,
and it's coming with a lot of heat.
Thank you for joining today's session, and we look forward to seeing you some other time.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day wherever you are. A wonderful evening. Enjoy it. Have fun, and see you out there.
Yeah, so this has been Let's Chat.
Let's Chat podcast.
Let's Chat next
See you on the